Hmm. Hi. So there's something from the, what do you even call that?
الرحمن الرحيم قاتلوهم يعذبهم الله بأيديكم ويخزهم وينصركم عليهم ويشفي صدور قوم مؤمنين. يا أبناء شعبنا العظيم، يا مجاهدين الأبطال، يا أمتنا ويا أحرار العالم، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. تستمر حكومة العدو وجيشها الباغي في سياستها العمياء العبثية في الانتقام والتدمير، وتنتقل من فشل إلى فشل، وتبحث عن إنجازات موهومة لتسويق أن مجازرها وضغطها العسكري ضد شعبنا سيخلق لها انتصارا أو إنجازا. ويستمر مجاهدون الأبطال الكبار في تلقين الاحتلال الدروس في كل محاور القتال، معتمدين على الله ومستمسكين بحبله المتين، ومدافعين عن أرضهم ضد عدو باغ همجي لئيم. وكان آخر فصول الفشل والتخبط الصهيوني وما قامت به قوات العدو وما تقوم به حتى الساعة من جرائم مروعة في جباليا ورفح وغيرها من أرضنا الحبيبة. وتنبش قوات الاحتلال وسط أكوام الركام بحثا عن رفات بعض أسراها الذين تعمدت قصفهم سابقا، وتزج بآلاف الجنود بين الأزقة في جباليا وغيرها لتبحث عن جثث فتضحي بجنودها من أجل مكائد نتنياهو الشخصية والخاصة ومصالح حكومته المتطرفة الفاشية. ثم يسوق جيش العدو استخراج الرفات على أنه إنجاز عسكري وأخلاقي. وبالرغم من حرب الإبادة والتدمير العشوائي، إلا أن مجاهدينا كانوا ولا زالوا لقوات العدو بالمرصاد، فنفذوا عشرات العمليات ضد قواته على مدار أكثر من أسبوعين في جباليا ورفح وبيت حانون وفي كل محاور العدوان والتوغل. وكان آخر هذه العمليات عملية مركبة نفذها مجاهدون عصر اليوم السبت شمال قطاع غزة، حيث استدرج مجاهدون قوة صهيونية إلى أحد الأنفاق في مخيم جباليا وأوقعوها في كمين داخل هذا النفق وعلى.
Hey, that man sounds angry. No, this is the what do you call this guy? The spokesperson of the Palestinian resistance. I don't know whose side you're taking, but I think it's obvious whose side I'm taking. So I'm just listening to what he has to say, and he's talking about how the Israelis are they're digging for the bodies of their hostages because they intentionally killed them, and they know where they killed them, so they go and dig them up, and they promote that as if it's like a military success, which is not, because they didn't get the hostages, they killed them on purpose, and so he's just talking about how all the operations they did, on all the missions that they have done successfully. And so I'm just listening to the details of the missions that they have done, and all I have to say is that I'm really proud of them, because this has been going for 7 months, 6 months, and they're just a tiny strip in no military, and for some miracle, they've managed to stay strong all this time. Like, it's amazing. So yeah, when you fight for God, God really fights with you, Hi, Keano-san. Okay, I don't know if I said that right. Names.
فتمكنوا بفضل الله وقوته من الاشتباك مع أفراد هذه القوة من مسافة 0، ومن ثم هاجم مجاهدون بالعبوات قوة الإسناد التي هرعت إلى المكان وأصابوها بشكل مباشر. ومن ثم انسحب مجاهدون بعد تفجير النفق المستخدم في هذه العملية.
So there's like a decoy tunnel that they lured the Israelis into, and they blew it up.
أوقعوا بعد أن أوقعوا جميع أفراد هذه القوة بين قتيل وجريح وأسير.
So they captured some too.
واستولوا على العتاد العسكري لها.
And they stole their military
إن كل
equipment.
يوم يمضيه العدو بعدوانه على شعبنا وأهلنا سيكون له ثمن باهظ وكبير، وسنستمر في تدفيع العدو لهذا الثمن بإذن الله وعونه. مستمرون في مواجهتنا للعدوان في كل شارع وحي ومدينة ومخيم في قطاعنا من بيت حانون إلى رفح، وسنكشف عن تفاصيل جديدة لهذه العمليات في الوقت المناسب بإذن الله تعالى. التحية لأرواح شهدائنا الأبرار ولجرحانا.
This is sus, because why is he announcing the capture? Like, they've captured so many already, like, why is this one special? Can't wait to know. Doing good? MashaAllah. Yeah, I am. Listening to Abu Ubaidah.
الميامين ولأسرانا الشامخين، والتحية لمجاهدين الأبطال في كل ثغورهم، ولشعبنا العظيم المعطاء في كل مكان، وإنه لجهاد نصر أو استشهاد، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Oh shit, no more news, enough news, oh my god. Oh, it's a lot of news, you can't watch everything. But it's good to know. Oh, I need to watch this later. Add the queues to watch later, but it's really good to know that they're doing so good and that they're fighting back and that they're retaliating. It's amazing, okay? It's amazing. I'm proud of them. I'm happy for them. It's unfortunate we can't do anything. Like, we donate, we send money to feed them. Hopefully that money does get there. You know, the thing that pissed me off the most about donating money to those stupid organizations is that, so we're boycotting certain products, right? We're supposed to do that, so because they somehow support the settlements, they're building settlements. We don't want that, because those are internationally illegal too, so that's a crime anyway. And so they take money that we give them through companies and funnel it there so they can build new settlements and go blow up like a synagogue in like New York and be like, oh, the Arabs did it, you should go to Israel where it's safe. That's how they do it. And so we're boycotting these brands so that would not happen anymore. And so what happens is you donate money to these organizations so they can go buy people food and give people something to eat, and they go purchase the food that we were boycotting, the brands that we're boycotting, right? And it's just like, who's responsible for this? Like, who's doing this? I need to talk to them real quick. I don't like where my money's going, you know? But yeah, it's not an excuse to stop donating, though. It's just unfortunate that it had to be that way. Yeah. So what's up? How's everybody doing? I said that I was gonna play music. Why are all these YouTube videos so interesting today? That's rare. I am back. Hello. Hi, beautiful. Hi. I'm from Manchester, England. Hello. Hello. The UK. Nice. Yeah, I don't know what to say to that. So what type of music do you guys listen to? I have Korean, Japanese, anime, and South African, but that's about it. I'm gonna listen to this one, so I'll take suggestions.
So what is ClickUp? ClickUp is an all-in-one productivity software where you can manage everything and any.
I don't even know what it's for. I think I'm just gonna stick to lo-fi, girl. I got sucked into that. Jeez. No, but such a deep voice on such a pretty face. Huh. It's a shame what they do to them. It's very shameful. Let a man look like a man. Why does he have to look like a... I don't even know, a girl? Like, jeez. I've seen this, like, stupid Marjan. I've seen this meme. It's showing this guy, he's like Korean, and he's like pretty. He's not handsome, he's pretty. There's a difference. And he's taking pictures with some Arab dudes who look all rough and scruffy and sunburned. And the boys are like, hey girls, if you're thinking about getting a Korean boyfriend or a Korean man, like, this is how he's gonna look next to your cousins. Don't do it. He looks like a girl. And that's the thing, like, some of us look more of a dude than they are. I love memes. My guilty pleasure. I'm bored. Guys, talk about something. Do something. Even though it's me that should be entertaining, but I don't feel like it. Who's into Legos here? I have a dog made of Legos. That was a gift, but still, I have a dog made of Legos. So, okay, I really want to watch this. How to create a sleep page. Ethereum, who cares? So there's like a dark crystals
on social media.
That's interesting because I was thinking about getting some crystals. They say to like amplify your something natural abilities. I'm gonna be a psychic. I swear I'm destined to be a witch. At this rate, it's numerology, it's charts, it's zodiacs. Like, I'm getting there. Maybe I am, who knows? Should I be a witch? But I don't think I have the capacity to be that. Because you're born with the abilities, and I really don't have nothing. You miss this chatterbox? What's a chatterbox? Okay, so just PSA, I'm only gonna be here for 30 minutes. I'm bored. I just don't like odd times.
I believe a lot in crystal energy, and influencers sell them in vast quantities for wellness, beauty, and as a health and spiritual remedy. But is there any truth behind the hype? And what are the working conditions of the people who source them?
Shit.
We investigate the crystal.
Once you hear working conditions, no, it's terrible. No, it's awful. But at the same time, that is somebody's income right there. So even though it's exploitative, even though it's really not that good, but what's better? Some money or no money, you know? So as exploitative as it is, it's something. So that's why I shop on Shein.
Hype and uncover the dark side of the glossy
But it's really
business that
bad.
spans the globe.
Yeah, people need to stop selling us crap.
To get a glimpse behind the scenes, we head to Stuttgart, Germany.
Why Germany?
There we meet a social media influencer who sells crystals.
We have all sorts of stuff here. It looks really cool.
And we find ourselves in a world full of bling and fancy names.
15 Euro, der kostet 6. That one costs 26 euros. We have blue amber and peridot. We have unicorn stone, angel aura, star flash, rose quartz. And Bea gets the first claim. Bea kriegt den ersten Claim. Congratulations.
German influencer Sarah Bo runs a crystal shop on Instagram. Every Wednesday evening, she hosts a live sale for 8 hours straight, together with her mother. Nearly 4,000 people are taking part in this one.
Gleich ausverkauft. So ein
What a beautiful labradorite. Looks really nice and the shape is so cool.
schönes aus.
Many of her customers attend each of her weekly sales.
Meine Kunden sind so Mitte
So should I start
20.
selling, eh?
Either in 20s to mid-60s. Some buy the crystals for decorative purposes, others only buy jewelry.
Manche kaufen nur Schmuck bei
Some look for really special ones and collect them,
die Steine, also die suchen
or buy them because they do some kind of ritual with them.
manche kaufen,
Oh,
weil
shit.
sie irgendwelche Rituale damit machen.
With each
Why we always gotta teach women over and over? Bruh, I think you need to leave.
live events, Zara sells crystals worth an average of 10,000 euros. Her business is so successful that she quit her previous job as a social media consultant. Crystals have gone viral. On Instagram alone, #crystals and #crystalhealing get more than 40 million hits.
Ich weiß gar nicht, ob das ein
I'm not sure if it's a trend. I'm just noticing that many people are now willing to talk about it publicly thanks to social media. They'll say, I think crystals are cool. They're more open about it and celebrate it as a
Morocco.
lifestyle.
Lifestyle feiern.
Instagram takes up too much time.
It
What I want to share
does.
with you is how my team and I shave off hours of
Many celebrities are also crystal fans. I believe a lot in crystal energy. You know, when I moved to LA, I enjoyed learning and educating myself about crystals. I used to go to the crystal farm. I learned how to meditate.
Picked out a few crystals.
Yeah.
Bought them both.
Yeah.
It's definitely an effective.
I don't speak Italian. لا بس الحمد لله وانت.
And it might just be placebo.
Yeah.
But why do I feel so much more internally strong? Why my
Yeah.
meditation is going deeper?
This one's in the shape of heart. It protects you from negative energy and brings in loving energy. I love having my crystal on me.
Here's our
This one's rose quartz too. It's supposed to help you attract love. But I'm coming across as way too esoteric. I'm not really like that.
The online marketplace is brimming with crystals, and their popularity has grown since the COVID pandemic. A study in the United States found that the number of young people between the age of 13 and 25 that use crystals or herbs as a spiritual exercise is 44%. Crystals are mined all over the world, but much of the polishing and processing takes place in India. The city of Jaipur is the hub of the
I don't
industry.
speak Italian, sorry.
We're here to find out more about the people who process the stones and the conditions they work under. Some influencers are making big money from the crystal hype, but does it also benefit the local workers?
I love Morocco. Which city are you from? Agadir. It's the south. It's at the south. Look it up. Ciao. Yeah, I don't speak Italian. Like,
Most of Jaipur's polishing units are small, employing just a few craftspeople. When we start filming inside a workshop, a young stone cutter is asked to leave the room. Child labor is officially illegal in India, but the law allows for some exceptions, which makes it more difficult to enforce. Many workers tell us that they started learning how to polish gems at an early age. Accidents are common, as 16-year-old Nafisuddin tells us.
You can get cuts, small cuts and sometimes big cuts. If you're not careful, you can also cut the stone incorrectly. People who are old leave this job. Older people can't do this precision work. Their eyes can't see well enough anymore, and their hands are no longer steady.
traumatizing.
When you get old, your hands tremble. If your hands shake, the gem will get cut incorrectly.
Traumatizing. No, I wanted to remove the person. Why did I only remove the message? I haven't been to Agadir. I'm going there in September. I've traveled to Fez, Ifran, Marrakesh, and Casablanca. Oh, that's nice. That's most of the country. That's mostly the middle area. Very nice. What are you watching? It's how an esoteric hype is exploiting people. It's very interesting. It's a documentary, and for some reason, the documentary is in India again. I swear, this channel always provides me with Indian information that I don't ask for, but it's good. Shaolin is the dream. I'm planning on going there too.
They earn between $2 and $6 a day. Too little for a family to live on.
Shitty price. Shitty salary. Look at that. It's so pretty.
It's estimated that about 50,000 children work in Jaipur. Many have been trafficked into slave labor, just like a 10-year-old boy we meet in a rescue shelter. His mother sold him to a trafficker, and he ended up working in a gemstone bagwell workshop.
You don't have kids you can afford.
For 2 months of work, he was paid the equivalent of just $12, which was supposedly sent to his mother at home 1,000 kilometers away.
Sure.
The boy, who we aren't permitted to identify, is willing to tell us about his ordeal.
What happened after your father died?
Yeah, it's crazy indeed.
40 days after his death, our money dried up. I went to school.
Hi, it's late. It's Nur.
This guy came and offered to help. He goes to villages looking for children to work, so my mother sent me with him.
Bro.
He came to look for children?
Yes, for work.
How did you feel about doing this work?
I didn't like it. I was scared. I would wake up at 7 in the morning, start work in the unit at 9, and then have to work until 9 in the evening. Then I would have dinner and go to bed at 10 p.m.
Shit.
Did you have to sit all day?
Yes.
Damn. I've been working since kid to help my mom, but it wasn't forced. How old were you when you started?
What does this picture mean to you? It reminds you of the time you lived in your village, right?
Social worker Ramesh Paliwal supports rescued children who have experienced severe physical and psychological abuse.
They are sometimes forced to sleep on an empty stomach. Their lunch is often late, and they have dinner very late. Their physical and medical development stalls. They're under huge pressure to learn this work fast. Learn fast and make fewer mistakes. Nobody speaks to them with kindness. They're traumatized, they're beaten, and verbally abused.
Damn.
It's time reports. We're heading to another location where even younger children work in what are called rat hole mines. These two children spend their days looking for garnet. Sometimes all they find are tiny splinters. Climbing into these rat holes is the most frightening and dangerous part of their work, but there are more stones here, and some of them are larger. The narrow and unsecured tunnels can collapse, killing the miners. Rat holes are illegal in India, and we don't want...
I mean, in some situations, sorry, but isn't it better to just die? Shit. 12. Then got a regular job when I was old enough to... Yeah, man, life is rough. It's really rough. Jeez, man, sorry. Sorry it was like that.
to go inside while we film. The children don't know how old they are, but they have learned what to look for to earn some money.
What's it called?
Lali.
Yeah. Don't watch. Like, you don't have to look at me.
A handful of stones. How much will it fetch you?
A few cents.
Which stone is nicer? How do you know? You look at it. Like this.
What exactly do
Oh
you see?
shit.
You see color.
What does the color mean? Does nicer color bring more money?
Yes.
What's that color?
Purplish.
Which one fetches more?
Purple.
So what do you earn from picking these stones? Does it help?
Yes, it helps.
Who? Mom and Dad?
Yes. The two are risking their lives for very little reward. They tell us that all the children in their community come here to work. They belong to the Bhil tribe, one of India's largest and poorest indigenous groups. Their families are landless and they live in makeshift tents. They tell us that some of them suffer from silicosis, a lung disease common among miners, but they can't afford medical care. Some of the communities are known as widow villages because so many of the men die at a young age. It's a strange paradox. Here, the crystals are making people sick, while elsewhere, influencers tout them as cures for all sorts of ailments.
Clear quartz include appetite, which is really good for helping suppress your appetite, for weight loss. If you're looking for something that clears your skin, takes care of your skin diseases, this is it.
If you have back pain, I recommend you placing some selenite where the pain is.
My back does hurt.
The neck pain along with the shoulder pain. Use this remedy and let me know how it affected your life.
Ja, was haben wir denn alles? Also Zuki is a super popular stone for people just starting their collection. It's selenite.
Crystal vendor Zaha Bors says she doesn't offer recommendations on how to use the stones, but she knows that people are drawn to wellness trends on social media.
Tumblestones are a huge trend on TikTok. You put them in your bra for good luck or under your pillow.
Some kids don't understand how good they have it, especially Americans. They cry over iPhones and new sneakers, never having to work for it. Yeah, that's absolutely true.
But I don't like it when people start selling the stones for specific illnesses, for example. I think that's really a problem.
We've heard a lot about different crystals and their supposed properties. But the belief in crystals wasn't invented by influencers. It's been popular for thousands of years, across different cultures and religions, from ancient Egypt and Greece to Asia and the Americas. The use of crystals for spiritual purposes has also flourished since the 1970s as part of the New Age movement. But is there any scientific basis for these beliefs? As a mineralogist, Peter Heaney has studied crystals for 25 years.
There is no evidence of an energy transfer of a crystal to the wearer. When crystal healers talk about this transfer of energy, my concern is that they are using a scientific term for a process that is not actually very scientific.
Crystal healing revolves around the theory that stones possess energies that can affect our well-being and even cure illnesses. Studies have shown that crystals can have a positive benefit, but that's not due to their energy, but to the placebo effect, the power of belief, as Thomas Platt tells us.
There's nothing wrong with the placebo effect. There's nothing wrong with trying to find ways to give us solace and peace and comfort and community and all of that. It's just that we have to be thoughtful about at what price to make sure that we're not missing something that could really help us, because we're going down this, rabbit hole that's unproven.
That doesn't stop people coming to Jaipur to buy crystals and gemstone jewelry. Some even come all the way from Europe and resell the jewelry at home. Like Adolphe Besnard, who's from France.
Do you remember last season we have done this pendant? Yes. I think it could be great to have this kind of pendant, but instead of this hearth, we could put the flowers inside. And
He appears to know little about the reality that workers face here in many of the mines and polishing workshops.
Very good. Customer really love this combination color. If you have good energy, you will communicate this good energy in the product, and people will feel very comfortable with the product because all this energy is inside of the product.
But consumers, they do not ask so much about the source of it.
Yes, they ask where it's done, they ask what quality, but what is good with Gomez gems, it's visible of the product. You see, when you see, that's making the difference. When people see the product in my show, they see it's handmade because you see the hand of the worker.
Whether that might have been the hand of a child laborer doesn't seem to matter much to him. He buys his crystals from Gomez Gems, a wholesaler. The company's owner tells us they ship to 40 countries, including in Europe. For the polishing, they work with local workshops, much like the one we visited. The worker who has made the object doesn't get a fair price for it. Is there a problem with fair pricing in this industry?
I don't think like that. The reason is that we buy the raw materials for a price and we make our profit margin by selling it. So it depends on how many times this product crosses how many hands, how it moves along through an entire supply chain.
The stones pass through many hands before they reach the customer. Is it even possible to ensure legal standards and proper payment along such a complex supply chain?
That whole kind of fragmented structure of the supply chain makes it very difficult to really ensure that this stone comes from this quarry and has produced under those environmental or social conditions.
In India, child labor is illegal, but the definition of child labor allows for loopholes. Children under the age of 14 are permitted to contribute to family businesses. It's believed that millions of children under age 14 work. These are the countries that reportedly use child labor or bonded labor in the production of gemstones and jewelry. As gemstones cross borders, child labor becomes harder to identify and companies face little legal accountability. A new EU law requires companies to conduct human rights due diligence in their supply chains, but it only applies to companies with more than 1,000 employees and a turnover of more than 450 million euros.
Many of the gemstone businesses are beyond that threshold, and this is also where we need a combination of public and private standards. We
Yep.
also need Indian laws.
They make really good money.
For example, the child labor doesn't happen. Because if not, as I said, you would may have a clean international supply chain, a dirty local supply chain, or a dirty supply chain for countries that don't care about standards, right?
We show our footage to Zara in Germany.
Ich würde mir auch sehr wünschen, dass die Lieferketten transparenter werden.
I'd really like to see supply chains become more transparent. The way it's now, it's impossible to fully vouch for people I don't know. I would absolutely vouch for my family or for my best friends, but I would never be willing to vouch for someone who just wants to make money, who might not care about other people.
Wenn es Geld geht, dem andere Menschen egal sind, für den würde ich niemals meine Hand ins Feuer legen.
Zara shows us a video from one of her suppliers. This is how they present their products and production to her. When confronted with the footage from India, Zara tells us she usually buys from countries like Indonesia, Brazil, and China.
All I can do is to continue improving my relationship with my suppliers, so I know where the stones are coming from. If I leave the business, if I don't sell the stones, then someone else will.
Zara says she tries to avoid middlemen, but admits it's not always possible.
Diese ganzen Standardsteine, die
We get all of our standard stones from a wholesaler. They come to us in a ready-made package. Otherwise, I couldn't offer prices that can compete with what those other stores can offer.
Kristallkonfettis eben machen. Und ein Kochlöffel. Ja. Leute.
Okay, Okay, guys, there are a lot of tumblestones in it.
She sells some of her stones by the scoop rather than individually.
Look at how pretty they are. I'll put in another handful. Then you'll get a scoop.
Zara doesn't tell us how much of her average per show sales of 10,000 euros end up as profit. She's at the end of a global supply chain, a business with winners and losers.
Sold out. All gone.
Some dark shit indeed. Well, I think I should end this here. I'm really tired and I want another orange. I had one, I want another one. My fat ass is hungry. I'm gonna go get me an orange and I might live stream tomorrow. So I'll see you guys then. And have a good day, have a good night, wherever you are, and see you later. Thank you for coming. Bye-bye.